Hello and welcome to Healthy Moments. This is a show where I cover health across brand news and beyond. Today I'd like to start off with an article that is probably the most racist thing I've read in healthcare. Instead of being an article that talks about the resolution and the plan to help minorities get higher quality mental health care, they just do some straight race bashing and talk about cultural differences that are stunting and preventing healthcare professionals from properly diagnosing minority children, which I think is not the proper approach in order to really win an audience over. They blame the diagnosis latencies on cultural differences such as not asking your doctor questions and pointing being something that's rude or offensive so they wouldn't recognize it as symptoms. I really think that it's all about being informed, and that's a great thing about YouTube and the internet is that it's widely available, more widely available than ever, and the information just needs to get out there. So what they did do that I liked was that there were about 10 points that describe symptoms for autism, and I'm just going to read a few of them off to you. The first one was not responding to their name by the age of 12 months and not pointing and interacting with the environment by 14 months. Avoiding eye contact, preferences of playing alone, and being not responsive to smiles are also symptoms. Not building vocabulary by age 2, and just being incapable of following multi-step commands. If this sounds like your child, you might just want to go in and make sure that they don't have autism, or if they do, to start care as soon as possible. The next story talks about fainting, and even though it affects most people, that it may not just be a reaction to being put in the spotlight. It wasn't in the case of Christine Breeze, a 47-year-old mother of 2, who had fainted on occasion. Turned out that her fainting was a symptom of a more serious heart condition called Cardiogenic Syncope, which is an irregular heartbeat, which is easily fixed with a pacemaker. It appears that this ailment is easily diagnosed and the treatment is pretty routine. Also in the news, a decades-old flu medication is turning out to be very useful in brain injury recovery. Researchers have been studying the effects of Amantadine on people who have had brain injuries due to a fall or car crashes. The research suggests that people who were put on Amantadine ended up responding to yes or no questions better, and there was a significant decrease in the patients who remained in a vegetative state. It went from 32% on the dummy medication to 17% who were on Amantadine. The full study should be published in today's edition of the New England Journal of Medicine. The article goes on talking about different statistics on people who would benefit from this medication, so go ahead and check it out. If you watch Dr. Oz, you probably noticed that they cover a lot of alternative medicine techniques as preventative care. Well, I found this website that has a lot of the information in depth about different holistic supplements that you might be interested in. Today, I wanted to bring up their article on curcumin. Now, this is something that I saw on Dr. Oz just last week. And I usually don't follow Dr. Oz's advice when it comes to using the different supplements. There's just too many out there to randomly shoot in the dark. But I did notice that since I was adding more turmeric and craving turmeric in different foods, when he mentioned curcumin, I got suspicious. Curcumin comes from the curcuma longa root, which is also where turmeric is made from. It's been used in Indian and Chinese medicine as an anti-inflammatory, and the label reads that it's good for your nerves, it's good for your joints. And I found a couple articles stating that they are doing research on curcumin and how it's going to affect cancer treatment and actually prevent cancer in the first place. For more information on things like curcumin's role in treating or preventing cancer, links to the definitions and other articles are in the description below. Lastly, we have a featured article of the week on my website, and this week it's a review. I promised a couple months back that I'd review the Timex heart rate monitors that I picked up, and I did pick up 2 of them, and I love them. They're one of the greatest gadgets for under $40 because if you go to a gym and try to buy a professional one, they are about $300. Now, the $300 ones do count your calories and count your steps and do a lot more things, but if you're just interested in watching how your heart gets healthier as you do more cardio, you don't really have to spend more than $40. But for more information, check out the review. The link is also in the description below. That's all for this week. Please participate in the discussions going on my Facebook and Twitter. Don't be a stranger. Please subscribe. And as always, be healthy, wealthy, witty, and wise, and I'll see you next time.